Yeah, it rotates. Thanks.
That stuff, when I worked with Southern Day,
Yeah.
people were calling, asking if you guys
I did it from here one other time and it seems to work.
we might be busy during the day. I know, but during the day, no, we're only busy during the day till like 4 o'clock, right? Yeah. So we'll try to be open till 4.
Yeah, that's gotta go. Can't put it on the speaker.
Yeah, I was thinking I was like, what am I doing? And I think I will use this just in case I get some.
Check. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is, if I haven't lost track of my years, I believe this is year 11 here. This is the end of season 11 we're doing this. 11 years. I can't believe when I started this 11 years ago, I'd still be doing this now. It was kind of a hobby. It was for fun. But I do appreciate the artists coming out and playing for me. As a sound guy, I'm not a musician, so for me to enjoy or doing what I love doing with sound, I need them. And they appreciate it, and I do as well. So thanks to Mel and Carl for having hosted us here at the Old Grand all these years. Before them, it was, what was her name? It's been that long. Natalie Charles before them. So thanks for coming out. Thanks to the audience. Thanks to the performers. And I don't know. I have to talk to Mel, but maybe we'll see you next fall for season 12.
And thank you.
Set your settings and I'll go check the board there. All right, Travis, give her a wrap there.
Okay, all right. Hi, everybody. My name's Travis Johnson. I live in Edmonton, Alberta. Is that my guitar cutting out? Well, work all week, my wife does too. She gets a perm and I buy brew. We stock the fridge and pay the bills. We don't get too many frills. And we got a house and a dog and a mouse and an old flat top guitar. Well, it's alright to dance and dine by candlelight with fancy wine. But when we can't afford to roam, we'll have a shindig, dance around to the country sound of old flat top guitar. Well, Saturday night we get beer to go outside the old dog near and bang the old veranda boards. Get the wife to strum the chords and shake the moon with a new set of tunes on old flat top guitar. mixed up with frets to touch. This is called a warm-up song for me. You get up here, you get nervous, so you try something you don't play very much, and you royally screw it up, and then you know you can't do any worse later on. How the neighbors look when they hear the sound. They jump the fence and they gather round and dance the heels right off their boots. Even the owls begin to hoot when their strings begin to ring on old flat-top guitar. Well, 2:30, we hit the roof. The old hound dog, he gives a woof. That's his way of trying to speak. See you all again next week. Walk right in, we'll pick it up again with old flat-top guitar. I'm gonna stop right there. I like to title my sets. I've been trying out this stage name for a long time. I call myself Adinak Jack. It's a region in southern Alberta, and it's also Canada backwards. And so my song title for this set is French, starts with spelled PH. And there's a story behind that, but I'll tell it after this second warm-up song, which is an old French-Canadian folk tune called Les Raftsman, if you know that one. Où est-ce qu'ils sont tous les Raftsman? Où est-ce qu'ils sont tous les Raftsman? Ils ont parti sur les chantiers, rein sur le bing, bing sur le rein. Laissez passer les Raftsman, rein sur le bing, bing, bang. En canot des coques sont montés. They're mounted in their bark canoes. Avec plaisir sur le delway, rein sur le bing, bing sur le bing, bing sur le rein. Laissez passer les Raftsman, rein sur le bing, bing, bang. Et par Baytown, ils ont passé, et par Baytown, ils ont passé. Tout le provisions achetées, rein sur le bing, bing sur le rein. Laissez passer les Raftsman, rein sur le bing, bing, bang. Quand les chantiers sont arrivés, quand les chantiers sont arrivés, leurs manches des ailes sont fabriquées, rein sur le bing, bing sur le rein. Laissez passer les Raftsman, rein sur le bing, bing, bang. Comme le Taoué fut étonné, now the Ottawa River was pretty surprised. Tant de pluie, leurs ailes trempées, rein sur le bing, bing sur le rein. Laissez passer les Raftsman, rein sur le bing, bing, bang. Quand le chantier fut terminé, quand le chantier fut terminé, chacun chez eux s'est retourné, rein sur le bing, bing sur le rein. Laissez passer les Raftsman, rein sur le bing, bing, bang. Leurs femmes au blondes ont embrassé, leurs femmes au blondes ont embrassé. Tout content de se retrouver, rein sur le bing, bing sur le rein. Laissez passer les Raftsman, rein sur le bing, bing, bang. So that's a little throwback to French immersion school. Did you go to French immersion, Bob? No? Yeah, I heard you speaking with a guy one of these nights, and pretty nicely too. Yeah. Okay, anyway, enough about my crush on Bob. So this next song was inspired by grade 1 French immersion in Calgary, where I went to school. Very appropriately to the story, this is true. Her name was Mademoiselle. Okay, this is important to the story. This is true. Her name was Mademoiselle, and she on the chalkboard one day she wrote the word PHOQUE. She was trying to teach us teach us how to put sounds together, letters making different sounds and stuff. And so none of the kids could figure out how to say that word, and so she gave us a clue, which is the clue you might think it might be. And so it was kind of a free-for-all. Little Timmy in the back of the class yells, "Asshole!" And little Susie goes, "Shit!" And then little, I think her name was Brittany or something like that. This is back in the 80s, so Brittany sounds about right. And Brittany looks over at Susie and says, "Bitch!" And nobody really knew if she was talking about Susie or answering the question or a bit of both. But I was just sitting at the back of the class kind of stoically, as I normally do. I was a really shy kid, if you can believe it. And then I realized that my mother had taught me on the weekend, coincidentally, that PH makes an F sound. And I go, well, F, okay, F starts with F. What swear word sounds? Fuck! Fuck! And that's when I got my first scratch and sniff gold star. But anyway, the word is actually not fuck, it's fuck. It's a little different vowel. And it means seal, that's right, it means seal in French. And and so this song is about those silly seals. This song's about those dumb fucks. If you're hanging around those West Queen Charlotte Isles and you chance across an orca with his big sharp toothy smile, if you decide to swim with him and hang around a while, you're a dumb, dumb fuck. You're a dumb fuck. You're a dumb, dumb fuck. You're a dumb fuck. You're a dumb, dumb fuck. You're a dumb fuck. See how fun this is? You're a dumb, dumb fuck. You're a dumb fuck. You're just a silly seal talking. I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody. I'm trying to say the vowel the right way so it's not the wrong word. I was thinking about doing that song for like if I ever did like company functions, like you know, and then like Christmas parties, and it's be like an icebreaker, so you get everyone to sing along, look at their co-workers in the eyes while they sing the chorus. You know, that'd be a building exercise. Anyway, if you want to try it now that you know the chorus, you're more than welcome to look over at your neighbors, whether you know them or not. If you pander ponds and playing polar bears, sliding around on snowbanks without a care. If you stick around to slide with them and don't get out of there, you're a dumb fuck. You're a dumb fuck. You're a dumb, dumb fuck. You're a dumb fuck. You're a dumb, dumb. You're a dumb fuck. Where's Carl? Hey, Carl, look around. You're a dumb, dumb fuck. You're a dumb fuck. You're a dumb, dumb fuck. You're a dumb fuck. There's a lead in there, but I can't do it in front of the audience. You're out floating on a frozen berg of ice, and a Frenchman in a fursuit rocks up and talks to you real nice. If he said, "Come here, I'll give you fish," and you take his advice, you're a dumb fuck. You're a dumb fuck. You're a dumb, dumb fuck. You're a dumb fuck. You're a dumb, dumb fuck. Dumb fuck. I can see people are getting tired. Sorry. You're a dumb, dumb fuck. You're a dumb fuck. You're a dumb, dumb fuck. You're a dumb fuck. That was a 20-minute song from my entire set, but I read the audience, and they decided to cut it short. Oh boy.
Yeah, I think my friend.
You're gonna tell them, you're gonna sing them that song? Your French immersion students. Hey guys, here's a little song about animals. It is. Well, I guess I'm only going to say, what is it, homonym, antonym? Those are words that sound the same, but are homophone? Homophone. Homophone with an F or? Okay, so then my inspiration came. So I did this motorcycle ride around Canada back in 2007. I spent 4 months on the road and I saw all the provinces and stuff. And I wanted to see Quebec really bad, so I went there too. What was I going with that story? Oh yeah, and I've written a few country songs of my own that you have the English homophone in there of that word. So I'm only going to say it 2 more times in this whole set, so I apologize in advance. But this song doesn't have it. This is a poem story from Quebec City when I stopped there for a little bit there. And then I'll follow it up with another Stomp and Tomp. On the side of the road in a town called Quebec, just drinking some water and stretching my neck, I smelled a sweet odor, and as she passed by, she put out her hand with a twinkling eye. A lovely young French girl, what could I say? I swallowed my heart. In my best Francais, I said, Enchanté, mademoiselle. Quelle belle journée. She asked, D'où viens-tu? And I said, far away. Then I told her my story and the things that I'd seen, and the places I met, and the people I'd been. And she listened intently and seemed quite impressed. And she even acted smitten at my broken French. Then she kissed my red cheek and she bid me bonne chance. And I enjoyed watching her leave to meet her friend for lunch. But my ride after that wasn't pleasant. My nuts hurt for 3 days after chatting with that lovely French girl, my best Francais. Oh, she don't speak English and I don't speak French, but our love will not waver, no, we'll never flinch. She knows that I love her and that is a cinch. Though she don't speak English and I don't speak French. Oh, I don't speak French, but I know how I feel. When she is near me, my world becomes real. The way that she holds me, I thrill every inch. Though she don't speak English and I don't speak French. Well, some people say there's a barrier tall. I can't get the chords right. I brought the book. I was going to open it up and look at it. I didn't do that. Between French and English, just like a brick wall. With our true love, we have torn down this fence. Though English and I don't speak French. Oh, she don't speak English, but she takes my hand. And though I don't understand the way that she me, I thrill every inch. Though she don't speak English and I sure don't speak French. The next couple songs are songs I wrote for about my motorcycle trip, and I do got an album worth of them, and I'm not sure when I'll ever record that. I don't know if anybody knows this, but like Canada's a bilingual country, but New Brunswick is the only officially bilingual province, I believe. Right about that? Am I right about that, Monsieur Bob? Bob. Bob. You gotta plug your boat. So anyway, this song, I was riding through the Acadian Peninsula where a lot of the French folks in New Brunswick live, and it was getting to be time, and I didn't know where I was sleeping that night, and an angel in the form of an ex-Hells Angel walked out of his garage and saved me. This is that story. Whoa, Acadia, you won my soul, you won my heart. They playing dummy school, downtown, la couleur rouge. Whoa, Acadians are all inside, out of the wind. Car les nuages noirs s'accumulent au-dessus la péninsule. Invited me into his driveway. Et comme si j'étais son frère, m'a offert un change d'huile, m'a offert une bière. Besides fights, one thing we shared is that at one time we each had someone who cared. Soit anglais ou français, elles sont toutes de même. Prairie ou maritime, elles sont toutes de femmes. A bit of green got lit, and then the pizza came. He stood up and spoke out loud without to place her name. Those goddamn fucking women's is all the same. That's what happened, pardon my language. This isn't, I'm not trying to be sexist or anything, that's just what happened. Sometimes between men that are lonely and drinking. This next song is one from the Yukon. I got to ride up there. I was going up to Whitehorse, and then I thought I'll just scoot up the Dempster Highway. This is way before it was paved or anything. Just camp out in Tombstone Park, and I just kept going. And it was so beautiful, but it was also very wet, and I fell over a lot on my motorcycle. And this is the story of that. It's called "Put Her Down and Pick Her Up." On a journey around my homeland, I took a little detour that I hadn't planned, long in lust for the wild since the day of my birth. But this old Jap bike wasn't built for the dirt. Put her down, pick her up, put her down, pick her up, in the rain, sleet, snow, gravel, hay, for every single time I put her down, picked her up, cold rain. Well, I barely even called Dawson City a town. Dominion Shell definitely has the only gas around, with 10 liters in the Jerry, 13 in the tank. At least 3 K's a walking to get to Eagle Plains. Put her down, pick her up. Up in the rain, sleep. Muck, I paid for my flight to Tuck. If I only had a for every single time I put her down, picked her up, muddy chain. Well, it was all about the beauty of the tundra and sky, to feel the weather, wear the leather, place to fish and place to hike. Planned to camp in Tombstone National Park, but I ended up riding till it never got dark. Put her down, pick her up, put her down, pick her up, in the rain, sleet, snow, gravel, hail, and muck. I wouldn't say it sucks, but I'd rather fuck a duck than put her down again and have to pick her up. But I made it to Inuvik with a little bit of luck, except for all the time I put I'm just gonna do this one as a filler. It's another one of my own. It was written about my grandfather, but I didn't write it. It was a letter from a friend of his that got sent to him about. He was a grader operator. He built roads all through northern BC, way back in the mid 1900s. And so this is the words are the letter that he sent, and then a bit of a little poem that was in the letters. It's called Frank Dewey. That was my grandfather's name, Frank Dewey, the Grader Man. Not the greater man, the grader man. He's a grader operator that operated a grader. That's how it works. My dear friend, I was thinking of you as I was reading. The thoughts of you came to mind, and the words above seemed to fall into place as I was reading. And as I sat here, I was looking at your calendar up on the wall that you sent me, remembering the pictures of the bear you told me about, standing at 11 feet or about that as I recall. I can just picture you pushing that grader through the slush and the mush for miles and miles into the wild country that you took me into, my friend the Grader Man. That calendar you sent me is just a few feet away from my chair in the living room. What a nice gift. I prize it greatly, my friend. Friend Frank Dewey, the Grader Man. Did you fear the force of the wind while feeling the slash of the rain, going face to face with the wind and the rain in a constant fight with them? My friend Frank Dewey, man, going forth lonely while sometimes hungry and cold like the wolf, or at times gone waiting like the egret and the crane, while time strengthens the palm of your hands, my friend Frank Dewey, the Grader Man. How the skin of your cheeks did tan, you grew rugged with a rosy complexion and at times a little weary, however you strove as you drove in the heat and the dust, slush and the mush, and you worked as such, and you walked like a man, my friend Frank Dewey, the Grader Man. Well done, Frank Dewey, my friend, the Grader Man. Well done, my friend Frank Dewey, the Grader Man. Did you fear the force of the wind while feeling the slash of the rain, going face to face with the wind and the rain in a constant fight with them? My friend Frank Dewey, the Grader Man. Change keys. Sometimes hungry and cold like the wolf, or at times gone waiting like the egret and the crane, while time strengthens the palm of your hands, my friend Frank Dewey, the Grader Man. Oh, the skin of your cheeks did tan, you grew rugged with a rosy complexion and at times a little weary, hey, however as you drove in the heat and the dust, splashing the mud and you worked as such. Walk like a man, my friend, Frank Dewey, the greater man. Well done, Frank Dewey, my friend, the greater man. Well done, my friend, Frank Dewey, the greater man. You grew rugged with a rosy complexion, at times a little weary, eh? However, you strove as you drove in the heat and the dust, slicing the mud and you worked as such, and you walked like a man, my friend, Frank Dewey, the greater man. Oh, well done, Frank Dewey, my friend, the greater man. Well done, my friend, Frank Dewey, the greater man. I guess we're good. Well, folks, we're in for a real treat for the rest of the night, so buckle up. We'll be moving these tables later for dancing, just if anybody wants to stick around.
Chicken time. Should work it. So your jacket, that's it. Yeah, I should buy it. I don't like it.